Hey, how's it going? Crypto introvert here, and today I want to talk about Bitcoin's rally in recent weeks and also go over some technical analysis that shows that potentially we could be seeing another rally gearing up for Bitcoin. So, in terms of institutional investors, in the second half of 2020, there is belief that a lot of the rallying was kicked off by institutional interest in Bitcoin. We had MicroStrategy, we had PayPal, we had pension insurance firms. So the media coverage was a lot more, and these kind of big money players announcing their stake in Bitcoin essentially. And with big money, we can you can see rallies can start off or kick off because of that and build momentum. But what I want to go over is the recent rally during the festive period. Now, during the festive period, we have public holidays and weekends, and people are just generally off into the new year. And what this means is trading hours. This happens outside of traditional trading hours, i.e., 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, um, um, uh, um, hours of trading. So this would suggest that institutions or brokerage or financial firms won't be operating and won't be transacting Bitcoin for that matter. So if we can see here on the 25th, we get a bit of a jump. So that's Christmas Day. On Boxing Day, which is a Saturday, we see an even bigger jump. And then we see the biggest yet on 2nd of January, which is the day after New Year's and also falls on a Saturday. We get, I think it was the biggest candle recorded, I believe, or one of the biggest, that's for sure. And these fall into essentially public holidays and weekends, which leads me to believe that potentially a lot of this was fueled by retail investors, i.e., us everyday people, um, getting into Bitcoin. Now, originally I thought Christmas period would be pretty quiet and therefore quite volatile because of lack of volume. But as we can see, there has been volume. And thinking about it, this time round during this festive period, of course, people are off work. On top of that, we have the COVID situation. Um, so people not going out as much, less priorities, less activities, and it makes me believe that there's a lot more time for people to research into Bitcoin and better understand it and watch YouTube videos of people or big names talking about it, traders giving technical analysis, etc., etc. So there is definitely more time and being with your family, maybe talk, it comes out as a topic over the dinner table. And also because we're in a COVID pandemic and the amount of government spending or central bank lowering interest rates and injecting um, um, money into the system, I think people are aware that the economic situation is not good. There's higher unemployment, and people are possibly worrying about their financial future even more so now because of it. And because of the nature of the COVID pandemic, we've all had this time to do additional things that we normally wouldn't have time to do. And I think Bitcoin, researching into Bitcoin falls into that, and people looking to have a more secure financial future. So that's my belief that is what caused the pretty consistent and convincing rally up to on the even newer all-time highs. And then what we see here is on the 4th of January, we see the massive dump, massive. And this is interesting because 4th of January 2021 is the first trading day, Monday the 4th. It's the first trading day of the year, and this is the first instance where we see a serious dump. So that could potentially be down to the big players, the institutions or the brokerage firms, thinking that this rally has been overextended, it's overcooked, and the Christmas period has just caused something to bubble up, and there was an attempt to dump it, but it convincingly rebounded and pretty much recovered and is above where it was before. So I think that's very interesting, and I think it is probable, quite probable, that wider scale retail investors are getting in on the space. People that had misconceptions of Bitcoin due to the 2017 crash now have a more educated view because there's more coverage and time to actually properly research into it and appreciate why Bitcoin has value. Lastly, what I want to run through is quickly this technical analysis, and potentially we could be seeing another rally coming up. So on this 4 hourly chart, what I see here could be a cup and handle forming. So essentially what we would see is this going down and then back up, and then potentially we have a little pullback and consolidate on that before exploding upwards. Typically, you would put if you're a trader, you'd put your entry here against these kind of resistance levels, and then buy in here. So if this plays out, then in the next few days, if we do see a cup and handle formation coming up or pattern coming up, and then a slight either consolidation or a kind of slow descending, we could potentially see it gearing up for a breakout. So do watch out for that. That'll probably happen within the next 10 days, I would imagine. If it does or doesn't, we should see in the next 10 days. And yeah, just a note, I mean, the RSI is pretty high at the moment. So technicals show that it is on overbought conditions, above 80 RSI. Normally, when it gets to around 80, there's usually a dump or a consolidation. Um, but there have been a few occasions where we've reached the 90, and in a real proper extreme bull run, we can go higher than the RSI we're at today. But just a warning, it is on overbought conditions technically. But Bitcoin is a different technology, and how much it obeys by technical analysis remains to be seen. But I hope this is helpful to you, and I'll speak to you next time.